Hey, what's happening everybody out there? Welcome to Gamers with Gains. So, I'm back from Shadocon 2015. Got a lot of cool, interesting stuff to talk to you guys about, what I saw over there, all the great people I saw, and the fun times I had while attending the convention. But a couple things which was kind of a little bit of a goof on my part. When I was actually heading over there, I forgot to bring my actual camera, which really sucks. But I did take a bunch of pictures while I was out there at the event, so you guys will be able to see a bunch of pictures, in different sections here of the video as I talk about what's going on. Because I still wanted to show you guys something. It wasn't initially what I had planned, because I was initially going to get like video clips and stuff of like the Final Fantasy ball, the convention room floor, interviews with some of the special guests. And because of me and my dumb ass, pretty much for the most part, I forgot my camera here during the course of a 4 or 5 hour drive. So anyway, got a bunch of pictures, let's move on. So Shadocon 2015. This was an interesting year for the convention because unlike last year, it wasn't happening during Halloween, which to me was like the best thing ever. I really believe the guys over there, Chris and his wife and such, should really consider really holding the convention during Halloween because that was just awesome. It was just hands down awesome. But this year they didn't do so. They decided to have it about a week or so after Halloween. And while things were a little bit more diffused than normal, because the last couple years that I've gone, it's been a lot more crazy and upbeat. I think that's really because of the special guests or whatnot. This year was still fun in its own right. It still had a bunch of great guests, a bunch of voice actors that were there, a couple good YouTube personalities that showed up as well, including Dookie Shed and Spoonie. If you guys follow their videos or you subscribe to them, they were over there having a good time hosting panels and such. In addition to that though, they had a great dealer's room with a bunch of different selections of different stuff from different vendors that were there. I ended up getting one of these little milk teas. I forgot the name of the actual flavor and stuff, but it was like purple and such. That was really good that they were having the tea done fresh there, which is great. It's kind of interesting because up north, whenever I go to a convention that's normally up in the northern area of Florida, they're usually allowed to have food that's actually either in the dealer's room or in other areas around the actual hotel or wherever they're hosting it at. They're able to have food there for people to actually buy and enjoy themselves. However, down here in the south end of Florida, we really aren't allowed to do that. A lot of the buildings in which conventions are held, they don't allow food. Usually you have to get the food from the convention center itself, which is usually overpriced and ridiculously expensive. This definitely wasn't the case with Shadocon, and I was really happy to see that, and everybody really appreciated that overall. Paying like $2 for like a big popcorn like this, it was just awesome. And again, not even counting some of the vendors that were selling food there during the course of the entire weekend. So that was great in its own right. Now, obviously they had a bunch of shows there, which I'm going to get to some of the bigger ones in a second. But they had the Breakdance Breakdown, as well as also the Shadow Tournament, which is staples of the convention every single year since it's been going on. The convention has been going around for 6 years over in Tampa. Again, this was no exception. Shadow Tournament, Breakdance Breakdown were really good, really entertaining, really funny. Had a lot of fun moments that people really enjoyed while actually watching the actual show. They had some great costumes, a lot of funny moments between different characters that were included in the story that they were trying to tell. Great use of music and great use of video actual projector screens, showing different stuff that they couldn't necessarily show on stage, and he even played a little bit into the humor of stuff that was going on. Very cool overall. Besides that, again, seeing everybody with their different outfits on the convention room floor, very cool. Again, a lot of the different cosplayers and actors and actresses that were part of the different shows that were at the convention this weekend, they were walking around in outfits, some of them staying in character, which I always thought was fun, and a lot of people appreciated that as well. But now I want to get to the actual meat of the stuff, which is one of the bigger things I want to talk about, the Final Fantasy Ball, which is one of my favorite events from the convention every single year that I go. I think it's their best show. Their most well-handled, most well choreographed, and most well appreciated show and received show by the fans that actually go to Shadocon. I felt that this year was awesome. This year the theme was Kingdom Hearts. Now, normally it's just called the Final Fantasy Ball and they just include Final Fantasy characters over the story that they're actually telling. But this year they decided to implement not just Kingdom Hearts into the mix, but also other Square Enix properties as well, including The World Ends With You and Bravely Default, which was very cool. I liked that. That was interesting. It was kind of opening the floodgates a little bit. But little did I know at the time that a lot of this stuff that they were actually doing and the way that they were handling stuff was because this was the final year that they were actually going to host the Final Fantasy Ball at Shadocon. And I was really emotional, teary-eyed. Everybody was like, how they can't believe it because they're one of their best shows. It's their most well appreciated show. It's just so well done that it was just beyond me that they would decide to stop doing it. And I asked Rudy, you know, if you guys don't know, Rudy Gomez is the guy that helps, you know, direct the actual Final Fantasy ball, and he helps plan it out and does the story and everything. You know, I asked him and his wife, you know, why you decided to actually stop doing it. And they said they felt it was time. You know, they obviously have their own stuff that they have to get done with their own lives, you know, work and such. And it takes time to really do these types of things. A lot of planning, a lot of choreography, a lot of, you know, gathering and leadership stuff goes into this. So obviously, maybe they're going to take a break for maybe a couple years or whatnot. I really do hope they bring it back because, again, one of my most favorite shows that I actually love going to see at Shadocon. It's one of the reasons why I go to Shadocon in the first place. I have a real personal connection to that show and how they actually do it. It's really awesome, and I really hope that they decide to bring it back. But this was his last year, but they decided to go out with a bang. So with Kingdom Hearts being thrown into the mix, they actually had a couple stuff I want to show you guys that they were doing for the actual show. So this is my actual Shadowcon 2015 pass. You know, it's a press badge that I actually got while I was covering the event. They had little wristbands for people that ended up getting VIP or press. But also, for those that were going to the Final Fantasy Ball, they had made their own wayfinders. I hope you guys could see this a little bit. I hope that actually the camera focuses or whatnot. But this one's a blue one, is Aqua's Wayfinder, but they also had colors for Ventus and Terra. But these were given to people that were going to the Final Fantasy Ball and actually attending the event. So if you didn't have one of these, you couldn't get into it, or you had to wait online for a very long time, from my understanding. But it was very cool that they did that. It shows them going above and beyond. They usually do little things, you know, for the Final Fantasy Ball, you know, for people that are there, like little kind of things to implement into the show, into the story, you know, because it's an interactive stage show. They also had these buttons that they were giving to everybody, which this one is a Kingdom Hearts locked heart that they have there. So they had two different kinds of versions. They had ones that was the heart, the lock, and then they had a key heart, which is for people to match up together and actually dance with other people. I really didn't dance with anybody while I was out there. I saw a bunch of people dancing with each other. I was taking more pictures and really checking out the festivities and enjoying the show more than anything else. But it was nice to have that. It's nice and appreciated that they go out their way for those little extra details. And again, that's why it makes it one of their best shows. Again, bring it back if not next year, the following year. Bring it back, please. So that was one thing. But also, in addition to that, keeping with the Final Fantasy theme and as well as the Kingdom Hearts themes for this year's show, they had triple Triad cards. You know, if you guys ever played Final Fantasy VIII, and I believe it's also in Final Fantasy XIV, if I'm not mistaken, Triple Triad's a big game that originated in FF8, and they have it where you have different cards based off of characters, enemies, and monsters and items from the games, and you play a little small game with it. Now, I only got a couple cards here. I had the chance to get a full deck, and I didn't take it, and I was like, ugh. But they had different cards that were just devoted to different characters that were part of the games and such that they made themselves, which I thought was really interesting and really cool because it gave the attendees something more to come out of the actual event with. So they had different characters. Like this one I have is Braig. I have, the Dixie Frog from The World Ends With You. A Freak, I believe it's from Final Fantasy XII, if I'm not mistaken, or Final Fantasy 13. As well as also the Yellow Mustard from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, and Angel Whisperer, which I believe it's Final Fantasy VI, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comment section below. But it's cool to actually get this different stuff. Again, it has the different colors on both sides, you know, for the game. And you could get a full deck, and as you played, you started gaining cards from the actual cosplayers that were part of the Final Fantasy Ball, which I thought was neat. It gave someone that was going to the event, you know, something more to do, like a little side quest, quote unquote, for you to actually do while you're attending the event, which is very cool. So, other than that, last thing I guess I could show you guys, Shadowcon actual booklet that told everybody, you know, about some of the panels and stuff that was going on. I ended up getting a couple of them just while I was out there. Some that has all the guests and everything like that. I saw a couple good friends of mine. Again, Dookie Shed, like I saw him last year. I saw him again this year. It's great chatting it up with him. Also, Pikachu. I actually finally got to see the Pika Bug. If you guys know what the Pika Bug is, if you guys are fans of Pikachu, you know that it's an awesome car. I always call it the Batmobile of the Pokemon world because it's like a Pika-mobile or something. But it's really funny. It's really great to see that. I got a couple good pictures. Hopefully I show it on the screen now so you guys can see it. Really awesome. Had a great time chatting it up with her as well. It was always great seeing her. I hope I get to see her again at another convention that I go to. But overall, my experience at Shadowcon 2015, great convention, not as hype and crazy as it was in the previous years, again, because of the timing of when it was going on. Wasn't during Halloween. I really believe they should do it again during Halloween because that was like awesome. That was hands down the best show that I've ever been to that they've thrown. So but still, awesome event, a lot of fun, a lot of great times. I really encourage you guys, if you're in the Tampa region or if you want another convention to go to, if you're down here in Florida or any other like state and you want a convention that really treats you right as an attendee, really gives you a lot of respect and really appreciates you actually attending the event and investing your time to actually be there, definitely go to Shadocon at all, because it's at least one time, because it's that good. I feel that it's run that well enough, and it's run in such a way that, again, it respects your time as an attendee and it respects your time as a consumer. So that being said, that's all I got for you guys from Shadocon 2015. Again, I really wish that I had some footage to show you guys. Hopefully you guys have been appreciating some of the pictures that I've been posting up on here. Leave some comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys attended Shadocon this year, if you saw me there, if you had a great time, or even if you have a horror story or something that you guys want to talk about, put it in the comment section below and let me know what's up. So with that being said, now that I'm back, there's going to be other videos going up very soon. I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff, the debacle about the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer from D23, because I know I said I was going to do a reaction to that. Hopefully it's up by tonight by the time you see this actual video. I will talk to you guys again real soon. Peace out and stay epic, everybody.